So I've done my first, I guess, longer trip on a single charge of the battery. This will be the first time I've charged the battery up to 100%, and I was kind of curious to see how my range and degradation and everything would look like. And when I charged it up to 100%, the screen showed I had a range of 316 miles. I believe I've lost somewhere around 8 to 12 miles of range in the almost 15,000 miles I put on the car. And at 316 miles, the battery has a capacity of 81 kilowatts in theory, which means driving I should be getting 3.9 miles per kilowatt in ideal conditions, which would be about 256 watt hours per mile, which is in line basically with what I got. So this was all interstate for the most part. I would say maybe 20 miles tops was in town driving. And it's showing I was averaging 242 watt hours per mile. I thought I was going to get hit hard going from the 100 down to 90% charge state because I lost regen capabilities because of safety and car settings and whatever. But even that drive, I was getting good fuel economy. Then once I got to the point where I could use regen, I did a lot better. So you can see here that I've consumed 31.7 miles just idle parking stuff. Screen draw, you got cabin overheat protection and Sentry mode. You potentially could eliminate these two by turning them off. I would probably at minimum keep cabin overheat protection on. So between driving and idle, that accounts for 209.7 miles. And then if you add the 97 remaining miles, that would basically put me at the 316 mile range. So overall, like, these complaints people say about the cars being inaccurate about range isn't true when you're driving in optimal efficiency. I believe for some of the drive, the wind was in my favor, and then for some of the drive, the wind really didn't make a big impact. I was doing interstate speeds, averaging around 75 miles per hour. And yeah, I mean, it's basically right where estimated fuel economy would be. I'm not sure how much better or worse this would be if it was in town. Also, let's say if it was cold out or windy, you could easily add another 50 to 75 watt hours per mile consumption. So, that number there, instead of being 242, could have easily been 300. That's probably what I'll see in the winter driving. But overall, when driving, this is my lifetime average out of all the miles I've driven. So it's showing 270 watt hours per mile that is energy consumed while driving. That's not that doesn't include the park efficiency. So on the high end, you had another 100 watt hours per mile, but realistically, it's probably more like 75 once you average it all out. And the fuel economy range would be more on par, like I said, if Sentry mode and cabin heat protection were turned off. But honestly, those features are kind of useful, so I'd rather lose the range. But yeah, I just thought it'd be an interesting video to make since some people may have range anxiety questions. Those are just kind of the rough numbers. I believe 81 kilowatt hours is the correct size of battery for my Tesla because I have the Model Y long range. And then yeah, if it was another 50 watt hours per mile, that'd be 20% less range. So I'd lose 60 miles of range if it's cold out of my theoretical 316. Assuming, I went from 100% down to 0%. I don't think I would have liked to see the battery go much lower. With what I had planned originally with camping in the car, I was expecting to get here with 20%, all honesty. But I am just driving home, so yeah. So, I don't know, kind of rambly, but hopefully that was interesting and gives you some insight on energy efficiency and how the calculations work in a Tesla Model Y. So, thanks for watching.